So here we go, the Jobe 11.6 Duna Elite. The Jobe 11.6 Duna, by far and away Jobe's best-selling touring model. We saw that board evolve as the Jobe Adventure Duna. Big fan of the Jobe Adventure Duna, but then Jobe have gone and released this, their Elite Series Duna. And it is part of a series of boards that Jobe have released. And they've thrown the kitchen sink at the Elite Series. I get why they've called it the Elite Series, because, well, there's nothing not on these boards that anyone could readily think of, to be honest with you. It ticks literally every box that you could possibly have. And that's everything from carry points, handles on the board, the ability to adjust luggage, the fin system that's running underneath the board, the additional fins and appendages that they put on the underside of the board, the full carbon paddle, the bag, the fins, and it comes with fins, so there's two options of fins. It's just literally, they have thrown absolutely everything at their Elite Series. So look, let's run you through the board and then also all the accessories, because they're really worthy of note in the Elite Series. Let's run you through as we do always, from the nose down to the tail in our videos. And it is the nose on the Duna that kind of stands out. Actually, to be honest with you, it's the same Duna that we've known and loved and has proved so popular with everyone that's had one from us. But what they've done is they've adjusted the hand on the front so it's color coordinated to the rest of the lineup. It is, and I hope it's coming across on camera, it's not black. It is a very, very dark blue and it looks stunning up front. The quality and the finishing on the board is exceptional. But as you come back down the board, yeah, you've got the standard stringer system that we see on all the Jobe series boards with their welded seams as well. So you end up with a really rigid product underfoot. The cargo system though, and it's the first time that we saw the cargo system was on the Adventure Duna, is completely removable. So if you want to do away with the bungees, you can do away with them very quickly and easily. If you want to add the smaller dry bag that comes with the Elite Series, you can do that. Again, it comes with its own bungees, really easy, nice, easily accessible pocket as well on the outside, as well as the internal main compartment in this dry bag. Also comes with some additional straps as well if you're carrying it away from the board or separate to it. Really nice touch. But that then just flows naturally all the way back down the board onto this nice Eva Deck Pad. If I was being really picky, I'd probably prefer a little bit more grip than they've actually done with the embossing that they've done on the deck pad here. But it is still comfortable on the foot, does shed water relatively easily, but a little bit more traction would be quite nice. What I would say is having paddle boards with a similar light tread deck pad like this over a distance, actually over distance, they're a bit more comfortable underfoot rather than a deep diamond cut groove. So perhaps that's what Jobe are thinking, in that the board will cover great distances. And to be honest, with everything that you can fit on it, yeah, you can be out for days if you want to be on the board without issue. But it is very, very flat on here. Coming back down to the center carry handle, everything kind of ties in across the board. Little picky bit again, Jobe, for all the effort they've gone to do to color coordinate everything, they're still using their standard paddle holder. As helpful as it is, I guess when a board looks this good, you start to see the little bits that don't, and that's here. It's just this white stitching that they put in the graphic here. It'd be nice if it's tied in with orange. But again, it's a nice feature that we have on all the other Jobe boards. It's a nice paddle holder, so it does mean you can just worry about managing the board, as the paddle's going to be attached to the board when you are at a portage or carrying it to and from the water's edge to the car and what have you. But yeah, nice comfortable carry handle in the center. And again, we come to this big arrangement of luggage points. There are 8 different luggage points in the tail end of this board. You can move this system. You can attach the smaller dry bag to the back end if you want as well. But as with all Jobe paddle boards, well, the board bag itself is actually just one giant dry bag. The thing I really like about that is really that when you come to stow the board very simply at the end of the day and you put it back in your car, everything's going to stay inside that's wet and the outside is going to remain dry. If you are on the water for a long period of time, you end up with a 60, really 70 litre bag that is going to cost you a fair pretty penny, really effectively for free within the package. So if you do want to take the pump with you on the water, you can do that easily. If you want to load it up with additional kit, you can do that easily. If you have a baguette for lunch as opposed to a nice little square cut sandwich, you can do that really easily as well with the bag. Worthy of noting as well, we're just talking about the bag and what's strapped on the outside. It is a triple stage pump, dual cylinder that Jobe put with their Elite Series board. So that is arguably one of the best pumps you can get on the market. And then the paddle. This is their full-blown carbon Elite Series paddle. It is extremely light. It is very nice to paddle with. The blade is slightly on the larger side at 100 square inches, and they have gone for this kind of duck foot shape that they reference. It's okay. It's a nice dihedral down the back, does help reduce some feathering and so on, but overall the paddle itself is very, very light. So in terms of overall value of the package, it really starts to mount up to be exceptionally good value with all the other items that they're adding in. As we work our way down though towards the tail, all the normal features that we expect to see on an inflatable. So you've got the inflation valve there in order to put the board up to pressure, and then also the leash attachment point. Interestingly though, all the thought hasn't gone just into the deck on the Elite Series. It is also running on the underside everything that we've seen that's proven on the Adventure Series board. So that's this additional fin appendage on the nose here. That just helps really massively with tracking, stops any wayward sideways drift. If you are in a cross-shore wind, then as you're paddling out, it does help with tracking this board immensely. These two side bites here, they do help provide some further traction and actually just clean up the water around the rail's edge. And they do seem to work from the paddling we've done on this board, and particularly the Adventure Duna. And that works back all the way down to the click fin box in the tail end there. Now, interestingly, the fin that we fitted to it is the surf style fin that you've got here, so it makes the board a little bit more maneuverable, but it does also come with a full-blown touring fin as well. And both these fins, in the way that they're constructed, is a full glass fiber fin, so they're exceptionally rigid, a little bit of weight to them as well, and very well finished. And really just a nice touch by Jobe, just showing that they haven't just kind of made a very, very good looking board. They've made one that's going to work very well on the water as well. So who is the Jobe Elite Series for, and who is the Elite Duna for? Well, I would say that if you are in the market for a good touring board, and you've got to bear in mind this is Jobe's best-selling touring shape, but one with really all the bells and whistles at a price point. And yes, they are Jobe's most expensive boards, but I think once you start to compare what they're rubbing up against in terms of elsewhere up at the premium end of the market, with all the additional bells and whistles that you see on the Elite Series, they really start to stand out on their own and represent exceptional value for money, given all of the other features that you've got within the board, and a very light paddle, triple stage pump, and then the bag systems, as I say, and then the additional dry bag. Yeah, they represent really good value at the price point they're at. Thanks for watching our video. If you've got any questions about what you've seen, why not give us a call in the shop or head over to thesubco.com. To stay up to date though with all of our videos, well, make sure you subscribe up here and hit the notification bell. But to see our next video, well, take a look up here.